Welcome to Under the Microscope. This series is brought to you by the Real Scientists Nano team. Our goal is to provide a platform where scientists can communicate their work and interact with the public. With that in mind, every week we introduce you to a scientist working in the field of materials and nanoscience. Hi Craig, how are you doing?
Hello, good morning, good evening.
Yeah, good morning for you, good evening for me. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's begin. Let's start with understanding your research. So could you explain your current research to us in super simple words?
I'm electrospinning nanofibers. So nanofibers are ultra-thin hairs. By ultra-thin, I mean much more thinner than a human hair, but sometimes incredibly long into mats that look a lot like tissue paper, but have some wonderful properties, unlike tissue paper that just tend to go soggy and get filled with yucky stuff, that we use for controlling the release of fertilizer, or we might use for controlling the release of a drug into the eye, or sometimes we like them purely as a barrier sort of filter to be able to let some things through and not others. And then another key area is I like to find interesting things to 3D print, either to help me with lab equipment or to produce items to visualize something we're doing in the laboratory, but also 3D printing drug delivery devices, inserts, tablets, and things like that. So they're my two main key projects of interest at the moment.
Two completely different to a certain extent, and it's super interesting and intriguing. So what can the followers expect in the week that you will curate the Twitter account?
Some interesting pictures of the things we make, the nanofibers and 3D print. Maybe a bit of my thoughts on research careers, particularly how I got to where I am, which I still think about a lot. I started out as thinking I would be a pharmacist. I'm now a researcher at an agricultural college. I'd like to talk a little bit during the week, or tweet, about trying to do research and teach and do our jobs, be a scientist, in difficult times like we're having at the moment with the COVID epidemic. I'm from Christchurch, New Zealand. Last year we had the massacre by a terrorist. Some years before that we had a series of earthquakes, and throughout all of these periods I've been involved in research and teaching and having to juggle the realities of life as we now are nearly all experiencing it, and trying to do your job and work with others. So a bit of that as well. A little bit about diversity. New Zealand, while it was originally a British colony, has some unique characteristics that in the way the country is structured and run, and its people and how we do things that maybe the rest of the world isn't aware of or doesn't understand. And I tend to ramble, so who knows where my conversation will go.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, it sounds like an action-packed week we are going to have, and definitely looking forward to the pictures and learning about how to balance out what is happening in the world around you and still doing your job. I think this is a very important time to talk about it and share as many tips and tricks if you have with the fellow researchers. Well, thank you very much for speaking with us, and we are looking forward to having you on Real Scientist Nano.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it too.
Thank you for listening. To know more about us, please visit our website, realscientistsnano.org, and follow us on Twitter at realsci_nano.